want Mr. Huzaifa Khorakiwala to address the audience. Mr. Khorakiwala is an inspiring speaker, a brilliant thinker, a prolific writer, a committed social worker, and a loving individual. At present, he heads the non-profit organization, Wockhardt Foundation. He is also the executive director of Wockhardt Limited and is also part of the promoter family of Wockhardt Group. He has an MBA from the prestigious Yale University and has initiated the YSR movement, the Youth Social Responsibility, to inspire youth to a life of higher living, and has been interacting and inspiring students all over the globe. It is a pleasure to have you, Mr. Sir. Please put your hands together for Mr. Huzaifa Khorakiwala.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and I'm very happy to be here. I was here ago, and I think I'd address on the topic business excellence with human values, and I think it's the same batch, so some of you may have heard the talk which I had given, and I thank Uncle Bala for calling me over here at the valedictory closing of this Latitude 2-day event which you had. And the topic of this event was the triple bottom line, and people, planet, and profit. So I'll just share a few thoughts on this, and I think you have heard probably during the last 2 days on the triple bottom line, but briefly I'll touch on these 3 points. The first part is people, and the idea when we talk of triple bottom line is, if your bottom line is 100, when you say triple bottom line, you make your bottom line 300. And the way to do from 100 to 300 is by following the 3 aspects of the triple bottom line. That is the people, planet, and profit. So when you look at people, you have to look at a human being and as people in a perspective that man is made out of 2 main things. One is he has a brain for thinking, and the second is he has a heart for the emotions and the feeling. And how do you ensure that he uses his brain in the right way, and he uses his brain in an intelligent and a constructive way for development of society and for economic and social development? So how do we ensure this? How do we ensure that people become more intelligent, and how do we ensure that they get knowledge, wisdom, perception, discretion, judgment? How do we ensure this? And finally, what is the value? What is the way we judge a person's knowledge? When we say this is knowledge or this is wisdom, on what basis do we judge that this is called knowledge or this is called wisdom? So the way we judge something of value is that if it leads to an internal happiness of the person, and if it leads to peace in society, and if it leads to peace amongst people, and it leads to world peace amongst the nations. It starts from internal peace, and then it goes to peace amongst people, and then it goes to peace amongst nations. So when there's peace, and anything which leads to peace and happiness, that is a yardstick by which we measure that it's called knowledge and wisdom. The yardstick of good knowledge and wisdom is which leads to peace and happiness. And so one part of the person is made of the intellect, and the intellect is to be intelligent, which should lead to peace and happiness. The second part of a human being is his heart and his emotions and his feelings. And here, how do we ensure that people within their heart are more loving, more caring, they are more kind, more compassionate, more generous, and so they have a feeling for others, and so these are the 2 abstract things of a human being, the people. One is the intellect and one is the heart and the emotion. But there's a third thing, and the third thing is the body. The body is what represents the economic well-being. If you are wearing good clothes, or if you are in the nice car, or if you are have a nice house. So if your economic well-being and if the standard of living is high, that is how you ensure that the body is comfortable. So these are the three things which govern a person: the intellect, the heart and the body. And this is the first part of the triple bottom line. When a person thinks in an intelligent manner, his heart is at peace and he is loving and caring, and his body and his standard of living is high, that person can contribute maximum to increasing not only his well-being but the well-being of the society. Now the second P is planet. So when we look at people, we look at the person, the human being. But when we look at planet, we look at something which is surrounding the person. We look at the trees, we look at the animals, we look at the minerals, the earth, the air, the water, all this. And this is what constitutes the planet. And to ensure that internally a human being is happy, he has to ensure that his external surroundings are in a good order. For example, if I'm standing here and this room is filled with very bad air pollution and the smell in the room is very bad, I'm standing here and I will have a lack of peace of mind. So the external surrounding is very important, and so it's a responsibility of a person that he should not only look at himself as a human being alone, not only look at his intellect, his heart and his body, but he also has to care for the surrounding which he is part of. He has to look at the planet. He has to look at all these environmental things which are around him. And in having a good environment around him, it adds to the entire better existence on earth. The third part of the P is the profit. So when we look at profit, there are different types of profit. Profit for a businessman, if you ask him, he looks at profit in an economic way. And he says that if I make more money and more wealth, that is profit. But there are other definitions of profit. There is something called social profit. Social profit is when the society is at peace and harmony with each other. When different communities living in a society live in communal harmony. This is what we call a good social structure, and this is called social profit. Then we call political profit. Political profit is when the political structure of the whatever the country or whatever it is, it allows participation of the people and it protects the human rights of the people. So these are the different definitions of profit. And this is a broad explanation of the people, the planet and the profit. So when all these three come together in harmony, and when all are looked together in a holistic manner, then the bottom line increases. This is called triple bottom line. And this is the theory of triple bottom line. So when we live in the world, there are two parts of human existence. And a man lives in his life both of this in a simultaneous manner. The one part of it is the selfish part of a human being, and that is the part of receiving. And this selfish instinct and this survival of the fittest is as necessary as the other part of it. And the other part of it is the giving part of it, and that is the selfless part of it. So all the human actions which a human being takes in this world are based either on a selfish part or on a selfless part, either on a concept of receiving or on a concept of giving. And this is a complementary thing in this life, in the world. And so the selfish part is important because man protects his own self-interest. And the selfless part is to give back to society, and they exist simultaneously. And very often the selfish part also creates a good thing for the society, because in trying to help himself, you have to help others, and then you get the extra profit and wealth. So there are sometimes innovations and creativity created because of the selfish part of the thing. And so I just want to say that this Great Lakes is a very nice institute, and it's not just to say a nice thing. Some of you laughed just now, but because when I talk over here, I really feel as if all of you are looking at me. Because others in the auditorium, I have to look at them, and they are in the darkness, their eyes, and the light is on me. But here the light is on you also. I hope that light is not, it's from your internal self it's coming, not from the external light above. And but what I really like talking here, it's such a beautiful institute, the auditorium, and Uncle Bala has built this great place, and the campus is nice, and so you should be thankful that you are studying at such a nice place. And so you should value your time here. You should enjoy the experience, and in a calm way of learning, try to imbibe all the concepts of learning. Knowledge is one of the most important parts of life. And someone said that beauty of a man is in his intelligence. And so here you have come to get the knowledge. So you have to make sure that the purpose why you have come over here, you fulfill that purpose. And that's how you invest your money and your time in a wise way. And then when you go out from here, you put that knowledge into action, and you work on those principles, and you try to excel in life, because life is about excellence. And so you try and excel. And today is at Wockhardt Foundation, we celebrate the Day of Giving. We have 7 human values, and that's gratitude, forgiveness, love, humility, giving, patience, and truth. So I would like to give a frame of giving which has been designed to Uncle Bala. Karthik, just the frame of giving. Thank you. So, do you know why I gave this frame of giving? Because Uncle Bala was leading a very comfortable life in the US, and but then he said that what I have sweated in the US, I must sweat again in India, and I have to give back to my country. And he's putting all the hard work here and setting up this institute and running it and trying to set up more. And he's trying to give excellence in management education, something he taught all his life. He wants to give back. So Great Lakes is not a profit institute. It's a Section 25 company, non-profit. So he is giving it back to society. And this is a very noble thing. And so today is Friday, and I wish all of you and Uncle Bala happy Giving Day. And I want to wish all of you all the best in your education life and in the life ahead. And put all the efforts you have and work with sincerity and with good values, because happiness is such a thing in the world that God has created that you can buy it. How you buy a car or a Rolls Royce, or you buy a motorcycle. You can buy it with wealth, but happiness also can be bought. Can you tell me how? So giving is one of the ways, and especially giving. The more you give, the more happiness you get, and this is a fact. And I have come to tell you that that if you practice good human values, and one of them is giving, you can buy happiness. And when you are happy, you will contribute in all aspects of your life in the best way, whether it is in your work or your family or whatever. And so I wish you all the happiness, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir, for those words of wisdom.